Hello, hello. Welcome to the live. If you are catching the replay, I super appreciate you being here. You may need to fast forward just a little bit so that I can give people who are actually coming on to the live some time to get in. Hey, y'all. Welcome in. How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone is doing well. Today we're going to be talking about cardio. So I'm really excited to get into that, but I want to give everyone just a little while to come in. I know y'all are still, some people are still getting notifications about the live. But in the meantime, how y'all doing? Y'all talking to me today or no? Because sometimes y'all be in the chat, sometimes y'all don't. But anyway, we are talking about cardio. I want to make sure that you guys are being strategic with your cardio. I'm seeing so many people hit plateaus, especially people who started, in January. Now we're getting to March and they're like, everything I was doing in January didn't work well. And so I need help. What's going on? And I think that cardio can be one of the big culprits for a lot of people. So that's why I wanted to go over this with you guys today. Now, of course, cardio is great. We need cardio for our cardiovascular health, for our heart health. And cardio is good just in general, even from a weight loss perspective. But when we overdo cardio, just like when you overdo anything, you can end up actually creating the opposite effect for yourself. And that's what we're going to be going over. So when I say cardio to start off, I want to be very clear about what I'm talking about. This is not just like a leisurely walk, that you're doing every single day. This is not anything where your heart rate is in either zone 1 or zone 2. If you have an activity tracker, I have an Apple Watch, but whatever it is that you use, if you have one, it will tell you which zone you are in. So we're not talking about things where you can be conversational while you're doing the cardio, like going on a light, brisk walk, but I'm talking about things that are going to be higher than zone 2, meaning that you're out of breath, you're running like it's full-fledged cardio. That's what I'm referring to. So everybody got that to start with. So what happens is a lot of people go onto a weight loss journey and they're like, okay, to lose this weight, I need to start moving. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to start doing some form of cardio, which is what I did too. And what happens is a lot of people will start doing those things, but then end up doing it a little bit too much. And I think this happens for a couple reasons. One of the main reasons I think this happens is not because everyone just loves cardio, but I think that it more so happens because you don't know what else to do. Am I right? Leave me some likes if that is the case, right? Like you're gonna go on a weight loss journey, you're like, okay, I need to work out and I need to eat right. So you're like, work out. Okay, I'm gonna go to the park, I'm gonna run, or I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna get on the treadmill or the elliptical, right? If you're someone who got into the gym in January, or if you're someone who has ever gone to the gym during the New Year's time, you know that the most crowded part of the gym tends to be the cardio area, right? Like all of the ellipticals, all of the treadmills and everything are usually what are taken up because people are going in and they're spending an hour doing that every single day. What you are not preparing for is what if you cannot do that anymore? What if you just do not want to do that anymore? What happens to the weight? Your body is so incredibly smart. So as you start to do different things to lose weight, your body actually adapts to it. So if you start off saying, okay, I'm going to go and do an hour of this intense cardio, whatever, a day, because I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to lift weights in the gym, whatever. And you go and you do that hour. Now you are setting the baseline. So you start doing this cardio, maybe you start to lose a little bit of weight, but you will find that you quickly will hit a plateau because your body is already adapting to the amount of activity that you are doing. This is why you need to be strategic. Okay, don't just start doing an hour of cardio, especially if you weren't doing anything else to begin with. You are in such a good spot because this is where that adaptation that your body does is going to kind of work in your favor because you have been so adapted to not doing anything at all. If you even just do a little bit, your body is going to respond like that. Okay, so you want to use this in your favor at this time. That means maybe you decide, yes, I am going to go to the gym for an hour a day. However, I'm going to do 40 minutes of weightlifting and 20 minutes of cardio after I've completed my weightlifting, right? This way, you can kind of start to build yourself up. If you have a big weight loss goal and you have, let's say, more than 50 pounds to lose, and you come out guns blazing in the beginning and you're going super, super, super hard, you're probably going to get about 50 pounds in and plateau, right? Or 30 pounds in if your goal is just 50 and not like 100, right? And then plateau. And then you're going, oh my gosh, nothing's working. Everything that I was doing before was working for me and now it's not. It's because your body has adapted, okay? So then what happens when the adaptation comes? Well, people tend to get hard on themselves, right? You get hard on yourself and you're like, nothing that I'm doing is working. I need to do more. It's me. I need to do more and I need to eat less. So then you start going through that process, right? And sure, you may knock down a few more pounds, but you're probably going to be very irritable because you're probably not eating very much and you're probably doing too much cardio. And then on top of that, right, you still have, whoop, I got a call. Okay, hopefully we're back. I got a call in the middle of that, but hopefully we're good. So anyway, when you are going through and you're trying to decide how am I going to go about, yes, of course, I will save the live. I see somebody asking, okay, I will save it for you. When you're going about deciding how you're going to divvy out your cardio, I would start low, y'all. Start low, 20 minutes, okay? 20 minutes of cardio and then start to build it up. Don't just jump into going 2 hours because you think, oh, look at me, like I can put in 2 hours of work. Yeah, but you're just going to go really fast. You're going nowhere really fast, right? You are bound to hit a plateau. So if I were you, and what I do with my clients is I have them start with walking every single day, just basic, not needing to be in any particular zone other than just to stay comfortable where you can actually talk. Walk every single day. Then incorporate your weight training. Then, if you must, add additional cardio because the scale just isn't moving and because your body isn't responding, then you add in your cardio. But do not start off with super hardcore cardio in the beginning. Does that make sense? So I do want to open it up for you guys to ask some questions, not just about this, but about anything that you have along the lines of weight loss and fitness. I see that some people are at work. I see your messages. Y'all are asking me to save the live. I will save it. But if you have questions, please do ask. I always miss at least one thing from my notes, and I realize that I missed one thing, which is so major, which is that cardio, of course, can also increase your hunger. It will increase your hunger. So you probably notice on those days where you are doing a lot of cardio that you end up feeling very ravenously hungry once you get home, once you get settled, once you get back to work, whatever it is. So you have to keep in mind that your appetite is going to increase if you choose the route of allowing cardio to be your main thing that kind of drives your weight loss. Does that make sense? Y'all let me know. So since I don't see any questions, I'm going to pop out, but I appreciate you guys for coming. A couple of announcements that I have to make. One is I do have one-on-one coaching spots available for this month. If you're interested in a coaching spot, you can always DM me so we can kind of talk about it if you want to, or you can go straight to the link in my bio and just fill out the application. We'll get on a consultation call and we'll talk about what start dates I have available this month. But I think I have every Monday coming up available this month. And then the other thing is the blueprint session. If you need a blueprint session, you're like, I don't know if I want to do one-on-one coaching right now, but I think I need something that's going to kind of get me in line. This is where I'm going to take what you're currently doing. We're going to go through an entire 2-hour session on Zoom, and you are going to give me all the information about what you're doing, what you're currently eating, what your goals are, and I'm going to tell you what you need to do to get to that goal. Blueprint sessions are really good if you're someone who's like, I don't know if I can fully commit to coaching, but I really want something where I can like go off on my own and apply, come back, go off on my own and apply again. come back. So the blueprint session is fairly new. I started at the end of last year. I have a few people who have done 2 blueprint sessions so far, and I have 2 of those people who have seen significant weight loss. So if you're interested in it and you think that may be a better option for you, you can DM me. So let's see what questions we got. I've finally been able to last 1 hour on the Stairmaster, and I like the challenge. I don't want to lose the time. Oh, I get it. I'm a Stairmaster girl. So, I mean, through and through. You guys can scroll back and find all my Stairmaster videos because I used to be heavy on that thing. And look, this is not like a black and white, like you must do it this way or you must do it that way. But this is just if you do not want to be frustrated as you go through your journey, it's already frustrating anyway, then it's probably not the best idea to start with so much cardio in the beginning because it's just a recipe for you to hit a plateau. Now, where there is a caveat here is if you have a smaller weight loss goal. Like if you're trying to lose like 20 pounds or something, it's a little bit different because the weight loss is because it's such a small amount of weight for you to lose, there's less likelihood that you're going to go for an extended period of time where you would have the ability to hit a plateau. Does that make sense? Like if you're giving yourself a year to lose 20 pounds, you get what I'm saying? Like you can get to that goal. That's reasonable. And so I completely understand not wanting to ruin your challenge on the Stairmaster, but you have to kind of decide at this point, like what's more important to you? Having these stats on the Stairmaster or actually making progress, and if that's the thing that's in the way of your progress, then you may have to scale back on it. So if you do find that you're someone who's already doing a little bit too much cardio, then that's a whole other life. We need to do a part 2. Let me know if y'all want part 2. How many grams of protein should you be eating? This person asked how many grams of protein should they be eating, and they included their age and sex. That's not enough information for me to tell you how many grams of protein you should be eating. However, the general rule is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight or 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Caveat, huge caveat here, especially if you're someone who has a major weight loss goal. Let's say you're 265 pounds right now. 265 grams of protein is a lot. Like that would be very difficult to eat. So instead of using that number, what you want to actually use is your lean body mass. So you're going to go and find out what your body fat percentage is, and then you're going to take that percentage of weight off and you're going to use your lean body mass. So out of those 256 pounds, maybe we have 160 pounds of lean body mass. So your protein goal would be the 160. Make sense? Yes? All right, y'all. I appreciate you guys being here. I'll talk to y'all next time.